Imagine stepping into a room and being ambushed by a painting, not gently guided, not politely invited, ambushed. That is the experience of standing before the Night Watch. Rembrandt van Rijn's monumental masterpiece, completed in 1642. It measures nearly 12 feet tall and 14 feet wide. It roars with movement, light, and shadow, and for nearly 4 centuries it has refused to be ignored. This is not just a painting, it is a revolution, frozen in oil and pigment on canvas. To understand the Night Watch, you must first understand the world that made it. It is Amsterdam. The Dutch Golden Age is at its peak. The city is wealthy, proud, and hungry for prestige. Civic militias, groups of armed citizen soldiers called schutterijen, were a symbol of that pride. And it was fashionable, even prestigious, for these militias to commission group portraits. These portraits followed a strict and predictable formula. The men lined up in neat rows, faces forward, each paying the same fee, each expecting equal prominence. Think of it as the 17th century equivalent of a corporate headshot. Rembrandt van Rijn received just such a commission. The Amsterdam militia company of Captain Frans Banninck Kock hired him to paint 18 of its members. What they got back shattered every expectation. At the center of the composition, dressed in black with a brilliant red sash, stands Captain Frans Banninck Kock. His hand reaches outward toward us, casting a shadow onto the golden yellow tunic of his lieutenant, Willem van Ruitenberg, who strides beside him. Around them, chaos, energy, life. A drummer pounds his drum on the right. A soldier loads his musket. A dog barks. A young girl, strangely luminous, almost ghostly, carries a dead chicken at her waist, its claws catching the light. Scholars have debated her identity for generations. Is she a symbol, a mascot, a spirit? Rembrandt doesn't tell us. He never does. The painting is officially titled Militia Company of District 2, under the command of Captain Frans Banninck Kock. But the world knows it as the Night Watch, a nickname it earned in the 18th century, when layers of dark varnish made it look as though the scene was set at night. It wasn't. The scene is bathed in daylight. What makes this painting transcendent is Rembrandt's mastery of chiaroscuro, the dramatic interplay of light and shadow. He did not illuminate everyone equally the way a photographer lines up a group. Instead, he selected. He chose who the light would favor and who it would leave in darkness. The result is a painting that moves, that has rhythm, depth, and tension, like a scene caught mid-breath. Captain Kock emerges from shadow into light. His lieutenant blazes golden. Other figures recede into darkness, half visible, half imagined. This was radical. This was personal. Some of the militiamen who paid for equal prominence found themselves buried in the background. Whether they were pleased is another matter entirely. The life of the Night Watch beyond the studio is its own dramatic story. In 1715, the painting was moved to Amsterdam's town hall, but the doorway was too small, so workers simply cut the canvas. Strips were removed from 3 sides. What we see today is already smaller than what Rembrandt painted. In 1911, a knife. In 1975, a disturbed visitor slashed it with a bread knife 14 times. In 1990, it was sprayed with acid. Each time, conservators worked painstakingly to restore it, treating it, as they should, like the irreplaceable human treasure it is. Today, the Night Watch resides in the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, housed in a gallery designed around it alone. In 2019, it underwent the most extensive conservation study in history, streamed live on the internet, watched by millions around the world. The Night Watch is more than great technique, more than historical record, more than Dutch pride. It is a statement about what art can dare to do. Rembrandt chose drama over diplomacy, movement over convention, Truth over flattery. He gave us not a portrait of men standing still, but men becoming, catching a breath between one moment and the next. And nearly 400 years later, we are still watching. We are still caught in that doorway, ambushed by the light, the shadow, the hand reaching toward us from the canvas. That is the power of the night watch. That is the power of Rembrandt.